Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Horror Debate. I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff.
And this week we are going to review Slither from director James Gunn and Universal Pictures.
A Tromaville production brought to you by the fine folks who made the Toxic Avenger series.
Mike, I got to tell you, I love this movie.
Hey, you really loved this movie?
I really loved this movie.
You honestly loved it.
I liked it a lot.
Okay. There's a big difference between like and love.
I remember when we saw the previews to this, and I said to you specifically, we have to go see this movie. I said, this looks like a lot of fun.
It looked like a lot of fun to me until the Air Supply song kicked in.
Well, yeah, but was that in the preview?
Yes, it was all over the preview. They even had the air. They even had the Air Supply song when she's with him and he's all gorked out and it looks like she was going to kiss him and start making out with him while the Air Supply song was going. And I was just going, oh my God, that's too much.
You know, I didn't remember that, and when we were watching the movie, I was cracking up over the Air Supply song.
It must have traumatized me. Air Supply traumatizes me way too much.
Well, man, this movie has so many good belly laughs for me. I mean, maybe I have a twisted sense of humor. But I loved all the laughs. This thing is just, it's lighthearted. It's gory as hell.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's bloody brilliant. It's bloody brilliant.
You're just trying to get a quote on the next
that's right.
edition of the DVD.
I wouldn't mind. Hey, basically, run down the plot.
Okay,
for us,
the plot for this is basically it starts off like it wants to be the movie The Fly, where a strange parasite thing infects a guy, and all of a sudden he starts to change and in weird ways, but then all of a sudden it takes a big giant left turn U-turn and it almost turns into a zombie film.
It does.
I was actually surprised.
It does.
Okay, it
does. It turns into a zombie film, which wasn't a bad thing. It was totally unexpected on my end.
Very unexpected.
Yeah.
I expected it just to be run from the slugs kind of movie.
Well, this is just the kind of movie I was looking for. We're right up on Halloween, and just something fun to make you smile. Good campy stuff, man. I'm digging it.
Oh yeah, some of the lines in it were very
And what was
funny.
Jason Bateman doing in this movie, man?
Really?
No. Well, he looks just like him.
He does look just like
the
Jason
police chief
Bateman.
looks just like him. The part of the humor of this whole thing is that it's set somewhere in the Midwest, and
Nathan Fillion is his name.
Yeah, and the characters are just so out there, man. As far as just kind of being detached from the real world, so to speak.
I would just like to say Elizabeth Banks looks so much better with blonde hair and instead of that little Dutch boy haircut that she has in the Spider-Man films.
Yeah,
she's Betty Brant.
I'll second that.
She definitely looked much better in this film, especially in that.
We always have to get that chick review, like the mini chick review inside the movie review.
Oh well, we're guys. We are here to observe what we notice.
Right. So you were talking about the preview, or actually I brought it up first, and then we were talking about the Air Supply song. But one of the things that we noticed is that unfortunately, a lot of movies now, when they're showing the previews and they're trying to sell you the movie, they're giving away plot parts.
Way too much. When they started walking up to the old abandoned barn, and the music is getting tense, and they're like, "What's inside? What's inside?" And they're building it up, and I'm just sitting there watching this, going, I know what's inside because I saw the preview.
Yeah.
So that really ruined it for me.
Yeah. Great kills. Great kills.
Again, very
I can't
visceral.
say much more than that. I mean, it's
very visceral.
This one guy, this police officer, gets split in half vertically. And it was a beautiful thing. I stood up and marked out for it and clapped, man.
And everything spilled out in the middle of the cut, too.
It kind of reminded me of a scene in one of the Final Destinations where
Gravity Works.
Disemboweled or whatever. But, oh, man, this was good stuff.
Actually, it was kind of like in, what was it, Resident Evil, when that guy got sliced at all the pieces, and he didn't realize he was sliced.
Right, that's right.
And all of a sudden he realized he was sliced.
The laser grid, yeah.
And this guy definitely... He got slashed, and all of a sudden he looked in the center, and he realized, uh-oh.
Right.
And then he fell apart. It was great.
Right. Are kids no longer safe in horror movies, Mike?
No. This movie definitely proved that in the 21st century, they assume everyone knows the rules.
Yeah.
And I think the Scream film kind of pointed that out to everybody.
Yeah.
There were rules,
there were
children
casualties.
Yes.
We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, that little girl was creepy, wasn't she?
She did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I had to find out, exactly who she is.
Yeah.
That was... I noticed her right off the bat. I was like, wow, the one is doing an okay job, but this little girl is doing an awesome job.
That's a really cool trend. I mean, seriously, think when she was standing at the car looking in, and she was all zombified, and she had the blood on her mouth, and I was thinking back to the little girl from Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
And I was just thinking, it's just really creepy seeing little kids, especially just like The Exorcist, little girls. We don't expect.
And Salem's Lot, I remember the kid in that looking just super creepy too.
Open the window. Open the window.
Yeah. Well, basically, these little creatures that we're talking about here,
the slugs,
they look kind of like tongues.
Yeah. Well, they kind of wanted to jump in the mouth.
Which allows the director to play a little sexual innuendo occasionally with the positioning of these.
There was definitely a lot of innuendo in it.
Not a bad thing, though. Not a bad thing. So anyway, again, lots of comedic elements in this movie. The lead male in this movie. What is his name? I can't remember.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, and we've seen him in other stuff. I mean, I can't name it, but we have.
I think you're still flashing back to Jason Bateman.
No. I'm talking about the male lead, the Grant.
Yeah. Grant.
Michael Rooker. Okay, well, Greg Henry did a hell of a job in this movie, man.
Oh yeah, the mayor.
I love that name. The guy creepy as all hell, and as he transforms into basically the centerpiece of the evil of the movie, the makeup and special effects. What'd you think, Mike? I thought they were very good.
Well, most of the special effects were computer.
Well, the slugs were computer.
The slugs were all computer.
The slugs were computer. I think probably most of his mass was as well.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was computer, I think, more with the slugs than you could with the actual mass.
Okay.
And that's just my opinion.
Well, yeah, and a lot of when it did the tentacle scenes, wrapping around the main lady, it was you could tell that was she was staring into a blue screen or something.
That's all right.
Okay.
She can stare into my blue screen. No, but the bottom line is that I thought the special effects were very, very good. I do remember when the big mass lady, when she kind of explodes into all the slug tongue things, that looked computer.
Very.
That looked computer. Okay.
But oh well. So what are we going to give this?
Well, let me talk about the technical aspects here real quick.
Yeah. True.
Looked gorgeous. It's a 185-to-1 transfer to DVD. Looks absolutely stunning. Colors fantastic. Contrast great. Sound effects awesome. I can't say enough about it. I really, really liked this movie. I liked the DVD. I wish we would have seen it in the theater next time you listen to me.
Or the theater.
Okay.
How many stars, Jeff?
I'm going to give this 4.
4?
I'm going to give it 4.
4.
I had fun.
Yeah?
I had fun. I watched it. I can't find too much bad to say about it.
Okay, I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
It some of the moments, the funny little lines were funny. I like the fact that it turned into more of a zombie film instead of a run from the slugs.
It was totally unexpected.
Kind of like the Blob.
Now, I got to say, some of these zombies look like they were disco dancing instead of actually chasing somebody, man. I mean, if you just hum Thriller while you're watching them walk towards the car and you're flashed back to 84 or whatever it was, but...
you just love Thriller, don't you?
Hey, man, I got all kinds of Thriller jokes. No, but the movie, honestly, you couldn't have much more fun with a horror movie if you tried. This is honestly a solid 4 out of 5, maybe even a 4.5. But we're trying not to do halves.
We don't do halves.
Yes, we don't do halves. So we're gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
All right. This is Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy Jeff. We'll see you next week at the Horror Debate.